उसको बोल दे भाई शुरू oh, like
Welcome, guys, to another Friday Hangout edition. And as usual, it's a pleasure. Today I'm the host, Imam Sharif, your host and host for today, and we have a lot to discuss, guys. And it's been really exciting last 15 days. I think here at Circle of Cricket, we have been giving you the biggest names in cricket: George Bailey, Mitchell Johnson, and I think you and it's a real pleasure that you guys have tuned in and watched all these players talk to all of us. So without any further ado, let's get into today's Hangout edition. It's fun-filled edition as usual. We have our in-house celebrities today. So let me quickly go and say a quick hi, beginning with Sunny. Sunny, beta, kaisa hai?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. How are things, Sunny? Or I must say that you're really looking sunny today.
Thanks.
We also have Puneet here with us. Hi, Puneet. How are you doing?
Hi Mumbai, I'm doing fine, and hi to everyone.
Guys, Puneet must be doing really well. He's a hardcore fan of Kings 11 Punjab, and we are going to get to the performance and stuff. So you can see his 32 teeth right here. So I'm not surprised that he's happy. Let me move to Mridul, who's also smiling. Let's find out who is supporting. Hi, Mridul. How are you doing, buddy?
हाय इमाम बस बढ़िया कैसे हो आप
बिल्कुल ठीक, बिल्कुल ठीक. तो आप किस टीम को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो इस बार?
किंग्स 11 पंजाब राजस्थान एंड आरसीबी
ये बहुत अच्छा है यार. दिस इज रियली गुड. तीन टीमों को सपोर्ट कर लो तो एक ना एक दिन तो आप खुश रहोगे. सो आई एम नॉट surprised that he's smiling as well. So let me go to our other buddy Keshav. Keshav, how are you doing, man?
Hey, hi Imam, how are you?
Good, good, good. So Keshav, Chennai Super King whistle podu?
Yeah, as usual, every season they are doing really good. I'm surprised actually क्योंकि other seasons comparatively, to other seasons
रुक
they are
जा
doing
मेरे
better.
भाई, रुक जा मेरे को पता है तेरे को बहुत चेन्नई के गाने गाने तमिल वाले. We'll give you the chance. I know that you want to start off that way, but let me also introduce our next guest on the show today. Our little fan Kedar. Kedar, कैसे हो बेटा? बेटा केदार अनम्यूट करना पड़ता है.
I'm fine, I'm good.
I'm fine, I'm good. I must credit Kedar for saying that because he's a big Mumbai Indians fan and he still says that he's fine and good. So a bit, that is something which I am not able to understand, but we will understand in the next few moments. All right. So now that we have introduced, done with our introduction part, let me jump into, discussing the IPL. Guys, it's been a fantastic tournament. I think all of us were a bit hesitant when it moved to UAE because the kind of environment we thought it might get in. But I think it's been a fantastic tournament. The way the crowds have come in. So let me ask. Let me go to Puneet first. Puneet, did you expect this kind of reaction from the people back in UAE? And how did you like the first portion of the IPL? All the teams have played 5 games each. So your thoughts on it, Puneet?
Pankaj bhai, sorry, Imam bhai, actually we have seen IPL in South Africa in 2007. So I was, sorry, in 2009. So I was pretty sure about that. The people will, there will be huge come out, and as people support it, we know there are a lot of Indians and a lot of subcontinent people there, and subcontinent has been always supporting cricket like crazy, crazy, crazy fans. So I was not surprised by the outcome of people, but I am surprised by performance of some teams, and especially by KX. I think I was expecting them to do good, but they have done more than my expectations, and they have done exceedingly well. And as usual, we can see and we can say that Mumbai Indians has surprised me a lot. It wasn't expected.
Let me go ahead and interrupt you there, Puneet. Sorry for that, but the fact that you took Mumbai Indians name, I must directly go to Kedar without doing anything else. But at Kedar, Rohit Sharma, Kyron Pollard, Lasith Malinga, क्या हो गया है बेटा इन्हें? Did you get a chance to take their class?
I should get school. I should say.
Okay, you should take a school, not a
Because
class.
they were the protagonists. They were the protagonists last year. But what happened to them this year? I just can't say anything. I'm just speechless. Actually speechless.
Okay, Kedar, the fact that I think very good point which you made there. It's been really surprising to see a defending champion play like that. But Kedar, any particular reason which you think has been a major letdown this year?
I don't know, because of the captaincy or something. I don't know. Rohit Sharma can't judge the players really well, or he's not using the players quite good. So I don't know. I should blame the captaincy for this.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Let me throw that to a person who really believes in another captain, and I too agree with him all the while. So Keshav, you've heard what Kedar has to say about the captaincy of Rohit. What do you think is really going wrong with Mumbai Indians, and do you agree with Kedar when he says that captaincy has been a letdown?
Uh, I won't put complete blame on the captain Rohit Sharma. I would put the first blame on their auction tactics. When the auctions were happening and the kind of players they brought, and the kind of players they retained. I don't see any reason for retaining Bati Raidu or Harbhajan Singh. They should have retained another foreigner player. They didn't retain Maxwell, Johnson, Smith. Okay, Maxwell, everyone knew that he is an on and off player here, that he's not that consistent. So no one knew that he would play all these blasting innings in the initial part of the IPL. But Johnson, everyone knew he was coming from a superb summer, and still they didn't retain him. So I think there is problems in team selection, and I don't think so. That there is much to put all the blame on Rohit Sharma.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Agreed there, Keshav. Let me quickly go to Mridul. Mridul, the tournament, the first half, as Puneet said, he said crazy, crazy, crazy fans. I knew what crazy fans were, but I don't know what crazy, crazy, crazy fans are. So I have to know from Puneet what exactly is that. But jokes apart, what do you think about the first half of half of the IPL? Where the UAE it was played in UAE. In fact, but before I could ask you that, let me welcome another a fan of ours who has joined, another buddy, Anirudh. Anirudh, can you hear us? No, I think Anirudh has some issues. So, all right. So let me go back to you, Mridul. So what do you think? What is your reaction to the first half of the IPL? And as per you, who is the team which really surprised you?
I think I really enjoyed this first half of IPL because it was really good cricket, competitive cricket, and some shocking shots and catches. It was too good for me. I think the moment till now for me is the David Warner switch hit cut. That was amazing. I think that was the best shot till date I have ever seen. That shot was amazing. And in all, IPL was good, and I was really shocked by the Mumbai Indians performance because players like Raidu, Rohit Sharma, they really didn't perform. They were the big performance last year, but they didn't perform. And Pollard only performed in the last match, and it's good for them that Pollard is back in form. But I think there were some tactical mistakes by them. And apart from that, in the auction, apart from foreigner players, there's some good uncapped players like Akshay Patel, Rashid Dhawan, Kumar Yadav, Yuzvendra Chahal. They all are performing for the other team, but they didn't give them any chances. So I really feel bad for them, but they deserve it.
Okay, all right. We also have Harish who joined us. I can see Harish looking at the camera and thinking, "किससे बात करना है?" But Harish, हमसे बात करना है. Welcome to the show. Okay. See, he left. He didn't like my face. All right, guys, we have a surprise host. Our host and our guest here, Pankaj. Really, really nice to see you, Pankaj. Oh, it's a great surprise that you are here on the show
Thank
today.
you, thank you. First of all, sorry for the look. It's been a long day. But having said that, I was just going through the Hangout and saw that you guys were having a fun conversation around Mumbai Indians. So I just thought maybe I'll just have a look in, and you just caught me. I mean, talking about, if I may, Imam, with your permission.
Sure, please, please.
If I may, Mumbai Indians' performance doesn't really shock me. It doesn't really come as any surprise. And Keshav very rightly pointed out the tactical mistakes, and in fact the middle as well, about the team selection during the auctions. If you let go of people like Mitchell, Dwayne Smith, and Glenn Maxwell. And again, Keshav very well pointed out that Glenn Maxwell might not be the kind of guy who will be consistent every game, but we always knew what he could do. So there was an error, and I think off air we kind of discussed this of why this would have happened. We obviously can't divulge the details of those in the on air hangout. But having said that, talking about Rohit Sharma's captaincy, I'm not sure what he did right last year. I think he had a spectacular team, and everybody was firing. Imam, I think Malinga was on fire. Dwayne Smith did a fantastic job. So I think he has his job cut out very nicely for him this time around. If he really has to prove that he can lead a side and not only lead a side to a decent enough performance in this IPL, because let's just face it, right now they're down in the dumps. Mumbai Indians. I'm sorry, Kedar, but that's the truth. The fact is, I don't really see much changing unless and until some really strategic or tactical changes are made. I don't know what they can do with the current sort of setup that they have. And as Keshav, Mridul, and everybody was talking about, they should have let go of certain players like Raidu, Bhaji, and everybody, and I kind of agree with that. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, and frankly, I'm very happy that because I'm not exactly a fan of Mumbai Indians. I hope I don't get letters or emails on this from Mumbai Indian fans or Kedar. I expect an email from Kedar, a stinker, but I'm not sure what's going to happen, Imam. But I'm not disappointed or shocked. To sum it up, to say the least, yeah.
Perfect. I think can't agree with you more, Pankaj. And yeah, I think that's a really nice point which I want to touch base upon with all our buddies. Guys, we see the IPL, we wait for it every year, and we tune into the matches. But I think the IPL begins right at that auction table where you have so many players up for sale, and you need to pick and choose at that point instead of coming on the field and performing. I think that is the first hurdle which all the owners and the franchisees and the coaches have to win to begin with. So I want to know from you guys, which teams apart from Mumbai have made errors in terms of not picking the right guys or holding them back, not retaining them. So let me start with Sunny, who is a big, we all know, Delhi Daredevil fan. Delhi Sunny started with a clean slate. They did not retain anybody. And I know you're smiling because you will speak about Kevin Peterson soon. But let me finish the question first. What do you think has changed things for Delhi, because they won 2 games now, and they started with a clean slate. So what do you think they have? The strengths and weaknesses in this team, and also your thoughts about the retaining of players. Did they do the right thing by not retaining anybody?
Yeah, I think they did a fair job by not retaining any player because they have got a bunch of key players like JP Dooney, Kevin Peterson, Dinesh Karthik. Maybe he's not performing right now, but he will do in the near future. And I am slightly surprised that they have got only 2 spinners, Shahbaz Nadeem and Rahul Sharma. I actually thought during the auction that they should have bought Samuel Badri instead of Rahul Sharma because it would help them as they would have a good spinner attack. And yeah, batting is good for me. Bowling, fast bowling is good, but spin is a little bit a concern for me.
Okay. पहले बेटा तूने डुमिनी का नामकरण कर दिया, वो जेपी डुमिनी है, जीपी डुमिनी नहीं है. और पहली बार दिल्ली डेयरडेविल फैन, वी एक्सपेक्ट यू टू नो दैट. केविन पीटरसन का नाम तो कभी गलत नहीं लेता सनी तू.
यार मैंने जेपी डुमिनी बोला था.
जेपी बोला था. ओके चलो. I think it's a Friday, so I think I'm starting to celebrate a bit early before the weekend. All right, good point, Sunny. I think I agree with you now, and I also see Delhi as to be one of the dark horses in this tournament. Let me go back to the struggling team. Kedar, what exactly is the problem with Mumbai Indians, and the fact that we touched base on इतना हसमत सनी ठीक है यार, मुंबई हार रही है तो हंसना नहीं चाहिए इतना. मुझे पूछने दे केदार से. केदार, which players are you missing the most? Who do you think should have been retained? And what, apart from captains, you mentioned Rohit Sharma's captaincy. Let's assume that you are the Mumbai Indians coach or a captain at this moment. Now, 5 matches lost, that's history now. What would you tell your guys? What changes will you make? and which players would you have retained? So this is the question for you.
Okay, hard one. I would retain Maxwell, and I don't know. I have not watched an auction. I have not watched the IPL mostly, but I can consider myself very unlucky that I can't even support another Maharashtrian team because there is Mumbai is losing and there is no Pune Warriors. So,
Wow, wow. So basically, what you're saying is that you want to have an option.
mm-mm.
हाँ बेटा स्कूल में ऑप्शन नहीं
So
मिलता तेरे को either it is pass or a fail correct so in the same way you have
no
to be a
school
Mumbai
में
Indians
option
fan here.
school में option नहीं मिलता. That's why I do hangouts, right?
You got me there absolutely you know आजकल के बच्चे बोल रहा हूँ ना मैं that's why you should not have these kids on hangouts they look our mature slot looks silly but all right let's get back to the point and let's not give talk about us and let's talk about Mumbai Indians Kedar so coming back to the point what would you do now to get this
Actually,
get
I
out of the
should
losing
have
slot.
retained. If I was the coach, I should have
Mhm.
retained Maxwell because last year, even if Mumbai won the IPL, but they have not used Maxwell really well. He was
Right.
in a couple of matches or two, couple of matches or some more, but they have not used Maxwell very correctly. Maxwell can, if he has judged it, Maxwell can play big innings. So I don't think I should have considered Maxwell in my team and used him much
Okay.
correctly than Mumbai Indians did it last year.
Uh-huh. No, let's forget about the retaining thing. That's gone now.
Uh,
My question to you is, what would you change? What would you do to change that? To change the momentum because they are losing everything.
I will change the player. I will change the whole team. Nita Ambani, what was Nita Ambani doing while the auction was there? Who was advising her that take this player, take that player, take this player, take that player? What
I'll
was
tell
she
you.
doing in the auction?
I'll tell you. I think the fact that you had exams at that time and they missed a very good advisor in Kedar. I think you should have been on that auction table and you would have done a really good job, Kedar. And I understand your frustration. That's exactly how I felt in the first season of the IPL when Hyderabad did that purchase. Why the hell did they pick those players? That was my question. But okay, I think well, good points made. But Kedar, also the fact that Maxwell, you're talking about Maxwell. Maxwell has played big innings this season, and let me go to a person who will be really happy with those knocks. Puneet, the fact that we never knew Maxwell had it in him to play such a long inning. We always knew that he's a dynamic player. He's that player who can give you those 30, 40s in 15, 20 balls. But did you expect Maxwell to play these kind of innings and be the highest scorer in the first half of the tournament, in which, surprisingly, we played on the slow wickets in UAE? So did you expect that? And also the question to you, what has happened to Kings 11 Punjab? What is a big change? And they are on the other side of the table. They used to be on completely the opposite side in the previous season. So what has changed, Puneet?
On first question, I would like to say honestly, I was expecting Maxwell to do well, but not that well. Being here, I was expecting 40, 50, 60 runs from him, but as he played three consecutive knocks, 80 plus runs, that was you know above my bars, above my thinking. He raised the bar and he showed that he can bat for a long time.
Okay.
He can play longer innings. And on the other hand, what changed? What I personally feel that first match that they won against CSK, that turned the whole morale in dressing room, and they started believing that we have got that team which can win in any situation. And in third match, they won by batting first, and they won very, very, very comprehensively. That was also a boost to them that they can bowl good as well. And I feel these two games has made them confident, and they are feeling proud and feeling confident into them that they can win games from big team and from tough situations as well. That's what I believe. It's not that they were thinking from the start of IPL that we can do that much big, we can do that much better. No, these two games had changed the course of their what they have been doing in the past. That's what I believe.
Puneet, I must say the fact not just Kings 11 Punjab is in great form at the moment. I must say that you are in super form as well. I think you've hit the nail on the head when you said that the first game turned it around and gave them the belief. So
Yeah.
let me throw that to a person whose belief you stole in the first game. They played against Chennai, and our Keshav, our big CSK fan, was confident that his team will start well, and they did so well, Keshav. I mean, how many times will you lose by scoring 200 runs? And what did you think of that first game, Keshav? And who will you give the credit to in the Punjab team for turning it around? So just put on your Punjab cricket fan hat for a moment, and let me know what exactly has changed for them.
Uh, first of all, before putting any credit to Punjab players, I would put the blame on Ashish Nehra for dropping the catch of Maxwell at 37. And that was such an easy catch that would have turned the game then and there. But these things happen in cricket, and there would be days when Chennai would be on the other side of the match. So I believe CSK and KKR. Sorry, I'm sorry, Kings 11 Punjab. The match, the first match, both of them scored 200 plus, and credit has to be given to David Miller and Glenn Maxwell, both for placing the chase really well, and calculating the chase really well, the way they both played. And especially David Miller, because he played a brilliant second fiddle to Glenn Maxwell, and he was kind of overshadowed because the kind of innings Maxwell played, anyone would get overshadowed, 95 odd, and the other guy getting just a 50. So yeah, I mean, at this moment of time, these two teams look the best, and in short, this IPL is all about Kings versus Super Kings.
All right, Kings versus Super Kings. Oh man, I think you're disappointing other fans who are supporting other teams. Mridul, you agree with that, buddy? That the fact that Chennai and Kings 11 Punjab, we agree that they have been superb in this tournament. But Mridul, do you think any other team who has the potential, who can dethrone Punjab and Chennai going forward?
I think every team has potential, but on the current form, yeah, I agree with Keshav that Kings 11 Punjab and Super Kings are too good, and it will be very hard to beat them. And I think they will finish in top three in the table. But there are teams like Rajasthan Royals. They play very good, and I think they can really turn the tables around. But this time it's not their foot race. They have to play in the Ahmedabad, so it will be we have to see how they play in Ahmedabad. I think RCB is also good. They have to make their combinations right. Chris Gayle has only played in one match, so I think he will also come and show his true colors. So yeah, there will be competition, but Super Kings and Kings 11 will surely finish in the top three.
Okay, so good point there. Let me ask Sunny. Sunny, the thing is here, the fact is that Punjab and Chennai look way beyond the others, and if you look at the points table, it proves that because the first two teams and there is a big difference between the next four teams. So, what what does Delhi has to do to ensure that they match up to their potential? Do you think first of all Delhi has it in them to make it to the top four? सनी बेटा सो गया क्या दिल्ली का मैच नहीं है तो तू सो जाएगा
Just give me 1 minute. I'll tell you it in
Oh,
1 minute.
okay, you take your 1 minute. In that time, Kedar, let me not again pain you by talking about Mumbai Indians. Let me talk about the IPL, Kedar. Have you watched all the games now that you might be having your holidays, right? So did you get a chance to watch the games in UAE?
Nah, even if they are vacations, I would rather prefer UEFA Champions League.
Okay, we will have a separate hangout of the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, we should
But
have
at the
one.
okay, all right. Let me ask you, Kedar. Apart from watching Mumbai Indians not performing well, any other team which you are impressed by? Any specific player which you want to share with us now?
I don't know, but I heard that Delhi is performing very well, Punjab's performing very well, KKR is performing very well. So I don't know. मतलब I'm supporting everyone कि ये हारा तो ये जीत गया ना बस I'm one.
Wow.
So
You know
it's
what,
like
Kedar?
if there is no Mumbai, if there is no Pune, I'm still a winner.
Wow.
World
I see.
champion.
Bacche man ke sache, guys. I think this proves
No,
it again.
no, Imam
Yes,
bhai,
Puneet, Puneet, Puneet.
but I
Yes.
feel he's playing smart. He knows MI is not doing well, so you just be safe and say, I'm supporting everyone. I'm supporting everyone. It's a situation he knows that MI is not going to do well. He's just being smart and playing smart and saying,
No,
okay, 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 I'm supporting
let's
everyone.
no, no, let's Puneet. I think I agree with Kedar in a way because at the end of the day, this is the Indian Premier League, and all the Indian teams are the winners for us because what I think somewhere down the line in this franchisees game, we are forgetting that this will give us the future of Indian cricket. If and that is my next point or point of discussion which I want to throw at you guys. You see that there have been so many players who have been performing so well in this tournament so far, especially Indians. Let me now that we have Pankaj on. Pankaj, can I ask you which are the Indian players who you are really impressed by, and you see them in the Indian team very soon?
Okay, Imam, there are quite a few of these contenders, so to speak, for such a slot. But before I go on to the individual names, I want to point this out that I don't believe in my heart that IPL probably is the right platform to pick Indian players from. Short format, so many things that are different in this being a league sort of a format versus international. So I don't believe in my heart that IPL probably is the right platform to pick Indian players from. It is happening. It's unfortunate for me because I don't agree with that, but I believe that earlier how it used to happen was keep test then one day and then look at some other format. Now it's happening almost in the reverse that if somebody is successful in the IPL, usko utha lete hain next day, bhai, okay, let's give him a chance. So I don't agree with that sentiment entirely, but yes, okay, now that it's happening, you probably can say that there are a few problems. I mean, looking at Kings 11 Punjab, this young kid bowler, medium fast bowler Sandeep Sharma, I think he's a good potential. It's great to see Varun Aaron bowling quick. It's great. I mean, he missed out, but he had a chance to be in the Indian squad, but injury kind of took him away from that opportunity. But he's back. He's bowling like really sharp. Yeah, I mean, he's competing with Stark from his own side, which is awesome to see that he's contending. He's competing rather against a fellow, an Australian bowling equally fast. So that's great. In terms of batting, I'm not sure if any Indian young one has impressed me so much yet. Even though I've missed quite a few games, so maybe I'm mistaken. You can, as the conversation goes along, I'll probably tell you what I feel of those batsmen batting talents. But bowling, I'm very impressed with Sandeep, and he, as he was on the Hangout with us. I think just yesterday or a day back. It was very interesting to hear from him his take on his own bowling. I think it was either Mridul or somebody else asked him that question during the hangout, and he said he's happy with his bowling. He would like to bowl little, probably little, add a little pace to him. If he's able to do that, I mean, I think he's bowling some 130s. If he can get to probably early 140s, I think that then he, with the kind of swing and control that he has, he will be probably a notch above than Bhuvi or let's say the yesteryear's PK, Praveen Kumar, who just had the control on the swing, beautiful seam position from both, but they lacked the pace. So after a certain point, if you start understanding their swing, pace was kind of to their detriment because they didn't have it. This kid, I mean, if he can add that little bit of more pace with the kind of seam control and swing control he has, I think he can be a potent force and possibly an Indian cap in the waiting for him. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that, Pankaj. And guys, before we move ahead, I think just the fact that Pankaj mentioned we had Sandeep on the show, and so did we got an opportunity all of us to speak to Aaron Finch and Mitchell Johnson, George Bailey. All is that is happening right here on Circle of Cricket. So you guys stay tuned. You will be having a lot of stuff coming in the coming days. So let me proceed. On that good note, and let me go to Sunny if he's ready. Beta Sunny, tu ready hai?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. One word answer, yes. So Sunny, ye bata, the
Uh,
fact that the Indian players from Delhi, you spoke about Shehbaz Nadeem and Leggy Rahul Sharma. Apart from these two,
yeah.
take off your Delhi hat for a moment and tell me which are the players you are really impressed with, the Indian youngsters in the first half of the IPL.
I'm really impressed with Mohammad Shami and Jaydev Unadkat especially because the way he bowled, he gets the swing also, and his pace is also good, and his bowling figures are also really good. He bowls at decent pace and covers the line. If he bowls at regular, which at good length and good line, it will be very useful for Delhi as well as for India also.
Okay, guys, it's just a coincidence that both Mohammad Shami and Unatkar play for Delhi. So Sunny is not at all talking about only Delhi. I asked him to take off the Delhi fan cap for a moment, but I think that is stuck with some major glue. So I think that will not come off. So he's only talking about Delhi Daredevils. Let me go to a
No,
person who will be.
I have said that it will be also good for India.
Oh, yeah. That's the whole point is that it'll be making Indian cricket stronger. Keshav, who has impressed you the most, buddy? More apart from Chennai, any other players who you see the potential that will make it to the Indian team. But as rightly Pankaj mentioned, this should not be the platform judging players for picking them in the test squad or the one-day squad. But any particular players which have impressed you?
Okay, let's not talk about younger or older. I'm impressed with Virender Sehwag's comeback.
Okay.
The way he has played so far, fearless cricket, and the Sehwag we used to know, he is back. Not in full form, but we'll see some of his better innings in the coming days. Apart from that,
Keshav, on
Parthiv,
that note, I want to say that I actually thought that you're a pain in the ass, but I kind of like you now that you said that Viru should make a comeback. Go on.
I was waiting for that. Actually, I was about to throw that to Pankaj. Yeah, Keshav, go ahead.
apart from that, I think Parthiv Patel started promisingly, but again, after 2-3 innings, he's failing as well. Maybe an unfortunate run out in one of the knocks, but he is doing well, and he's one of those players who keeps knocking on the selector's door. And but unfortunately, since Dhoni has come, these people like Karthik and Parthiv Patel, they kind of couldn't play
Saha,
much.
you should.
Yeah, exactly, Saha. So, and we all have seen the orange cap list, so no one is doing that good in Indian batsmen. But when it comes to bowling, our bowlers are doing really good. Varun Aaron, we have already talked about, and the other guy who's doing well, Sandeep Sharma. So, I think more or less we have covered the people who are doing really good.
Imam,
Okay.
if I may, I would
No.
like you to respond to this. Sunny mentioned Jaydev Unadkat. Obviously, he has to say that because he being a massive Delhi fan, so that comes naturally from him. But do you agree with that Jaydev Unadkat has done enough? Probably that if you are looking at IPL as a platform to pick players from, has he done enough in your opinion?
I don't think so, Pankaj. I don't see him as a fast bowler because some bowlers you look at and you just don't get a feeling that they will be doing well. But again, that is just on the seeing part. But also in terms of bowling, he's a bit confused in his mind. Is he a quick bowler or is he a medium pacer? If you see that most of his deliveries are slow deliveries, variations are more. But for me, if I look at a fast bowler, he should bowl fast first, and then the variations should come in. So I think Jaydev Unadkat for me has always been a mystery. He has been given a chance in the Indian team as well. He made his debut in South Africa, where the pitches are tailor-made for fast bowling, and unfortunately he couldn't do a lot there. But he is one player who is like a good domestic player, Pankaj. You throw him in the domestic cricket, he'll always pick you wickets, and he'll always keep his name right there or thereabouts for the selectors, as Badrinath used to do in terms of batting. So I think Gunatkar for me is still a long way to go before he makes a big impact and breaks into this Indian team.
I have another name, Imam, here. I would like to add Vinay Kumar's name to the people who impressed me. I think
Okay.
he is also an inconsistent player, but this season, especially the way Gambhir has trusted him bowling the death overs and in the beginning overs to get him the breakthroughs. I think he has done well, and a lot of credit has to be given to his Ranji campaign. He was the captain of Karnataka team. He won them a Ranji trophy, and then another trophy. I don't remember the name. So I think Irani Trophy
Irani.
against rest of India they played and they won that as well. So a lot of
Right.
credit has to be given to that. So Vinay Kumar, I would like to add the name.
Okay.
Imam, just on Jaidev and Notcut, if you allow me, I'd just
Sure,
like to
sure.
add to what you had said. I agree with you that certain bowlers or certain players, rather, sometimes when you look at them perform, they don't give you the feel that they are cut out for probably the international format. And you're saying Jaidev is one of them. I always felt Ashok Dinda was another of those that no matter how well he performed the domestic or the IPL, I never felt he had the temperament or the skill to be international. But coming back to Jaydev, I feel that whatever success that he's getting right now is good. It's he's working at his bowling, which is great. But unfortunately, the difference between Sandeep Sharma right now and Jaydev Unadkat's success in this to be picked for the Indian squad is different. Why? Because see, Sandeep Sharma is genuinely beating the batsman by his bowling. By his bowling. Jaydev Unadkat is he's working on variations, which is great for T20 format. But when the team would be picked, they would be looking at people who can genuinely outfox the batsman. From in a ODI format or a Test format where you have to bowl long spells, variations don't really count. It's with your own skill you have to get them out. So I see Jaydev that even if he's picked and if he keeps his variation on in those different formats, he might not be giving those many runs. Okay, but I don't see him as a threat or a venomous, bowler who can somehow instill fear, which obviously even Sandeep can't because they don't have that much pace. But I don't see him picking wickets. And if you look at Sandeep, this is where I feel he's different because the skill, the control that he has on the swing, beating batsmen consistently, getting edges and getting people out caught by the keeper and in the slip cordon is something which I think goes in favor of Sandeep versus Unadkat, because if you look at Unadkat's wickets here, he's getting more wickets where he's trying variation and people trying to hit him and then the miss hit.
Yes.
In a test format or in a longer format, people will not be going after you every time, or because there won't be that much pressure because you have overs to play with. So that in a longer format, I don't see that skill being equally important as what Sandeep is doing. So that's why I would pick probably Sandeep over Jaydev on that.
I think that's a fair point, Pankaj. And the fact, yes, Puneet, I'm just going to come to you. The fact is that in any form of cricket, especially in Test matches, you just need to swing the ball this much, and that's about it. That's the difference between a nick and a middle of the bat boundary. So I think that's what Sandeep Sharma has an edge over all the other bowlers. I think and the fact that he came over to our hangout will only make him a better bowler because we here offer him asking so many questions and put thoughts in his mind that he can use when he's bowling. So I think that's a good thing that all the cricketers, all the young aspiring cricketers are watching this. You should always make it a point to be here at the hangout to become a good cricketer in the future. All right, let me come back, and let me go to Puneet, who's waiting in the wings. Puneet, just on the subject of fast bowling and the fact that Unadkat has been mentioned, one name I want to throw up there who plays for your team is Lakshmikant Balaji. I think one guy who's a workhorse of Indian cricket has been in he's always been there and thereabouts. He gets injuries, but he comes back. The hunger is still there, and he's made a big difference to your team, the Punjab team. So, what are your thoughts about Lakshmipati Balaji, and where do you think this tournament is heading now that he's come back to India?
Actually, Imam, by what I feel, he is a good bowler. He's a good economic bowler. He is, one, two wicket taking bowler. But I don't, I can't compare him with like we have discussed with Varun Arwan or some like Mitchell Johnson. We cannot compare with him. But he has his own class, and he keeps bowling on a steady pace and on a on a good line and length. That's he's a one line of a bowler. That's what I feel about him. I don't think he can make any comeback to Indian team with unless he he picks 6 or 7 wickets in a match and suddenly BCCI thinks that he is, he's doing that much well, unless I don't feel he can make any comeback in Indian team. And on my pick on some young talent, proving his side on in this IPL, I had my pick on Surya Yadav. I would like to get your attention on Surya Yadav. We have seen him playing, a couple of good innings, couple of good cameos, and I would like to get your views on him. What do you think about him, Surya Yadav from
Well,
KKR?
yeah, I think one very good talent. I would not like to rate him or talk talk him to the skies at the moment. I'm really impressed. I'll just say that the fact that he's played really good knocks. I think there's a long way to go. He has to prove himself. He's playing in a team which has players like Gambhir who have been outstanding cricketers for India. So I think he'll only learn, Puneet, and I'm whatever I see, I'm really happy with it. Just that I think in order to get yourself into the test team, which is the game where everybody wants to play, you need to be technically more sound. I have seen the shots which Yadav plays is very good for T20 cricket, but will he be able to sustain in a test environment? Only time would say, but the signs are really good. And I think we have got a very good finisher for Kolkata Knight Riders, and hopefully he can qualify on for the T20 team which India has, and we are the #1 team right now in T20 cricket as per the latest rating. So I think we should have players like that.
Imam, I think you have been muted by mistake.
And just on that note, I think one day I was watching the movie Dhoom, and suddenly there was a song, "My Name Is Ali," and the sound went off, and the person. So I think that happens. Somebody out here is naughty. I'll catch him after this hangout. But what I was trying to say was that I'm really impressed with Yadav, and he has to consistently perform in order to get into the T20 team. Mridul, I was about to go to you before I was muted. Yes, Pankaj.
You mentioned that everybody wants to play test, and yes, we keep talking about it. It's something we hear so often, Imam, and I think Keshav, Mridul, Puneet, we all of us have, spoken so many times that yes, no matter what format players playing, they always dream for test. Sometimes I do wonder, Imam, and I would love to hear from Keshav and Puneet and Mridul as well. That is that really true? With the kind of money and the opportunities that the league offers, and more than money, the fact that they get to play more often here, the chances of getting picked is a lot more. Instead of just 11, which is just one team in the international thing, you have 8 teams. 88 spots that you could be vying for. I mean, if you take out the foreigners, maybe less opportunity, but still there are so many more opportunities. Do you really think in their heart that they still dream for playing test? I mean, yes, it is the right thing to say, Imam. Obviously, if I was in their shoes, probably it's something that is expected out of cricketers. So it's easy to say, oh, I dream. I'm playing in the IPL. I'm doing very well, but I dream of playing test for India. I would love that cap. Do you really think that's true? I mean, I think after 7 editions of the IPL and with the kind of opportunities they're getting, yeah, people are 22, 23 years old, they're getting chances to play for 7 years in a row, whereas they have no clue whether they'll ever be picked for Indian team. So I'm sure they're happy with the money and the chances. Is that really true anymore, that they want to play test for India? Do they even care? I mean, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Please don't give me hate emails and messages, but I'm just throwing this out there because sometimes I do wonder.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have, one of the, buddies have written something here which, basically I want to answer it in a unique way. All of the guys know that Ishant is a regular, feature on this hangout, and I don't want to disappoint the guys out there who have come to watch Ishant. The answer for this question is, Pankaj, that if you play good test match cricket and if you are a consistent performer, only then you will be picked in the IPL. If you see, I was not paid a lot of money this time because I have not played test cricket well. Dhoni bhai mere ko drop karte hain. So I just don't want to say anything about it. I want to say if you play well in test match cricket, you will get a chance in ODI cricket. Puneet, your thoughts?
Actually, I also agree with you. If you do good in test and if you do good in one days, you will definitely get price hike. If you want to, get on a good pay scale, you have to perform well in test and in the one days as well. That's what I believe.
Yeah, but guys, for that you have to be first picked for that slot, right? In those teams. Only then you'll perform, only then you'll get the hike or the pay scale and everything. A lot. See, my question, let me just kind of rephrase it. I'm sorry if I was not very clear, Imam. I feel that I'm talking about the young players who still are not even in the fringe for the Indian squads. Do you think that they think even now? Because the squad is almost set. You have a lot of young players in the team already who I am sure will be between the squad of 20, which is already formed, 20 to 25. I think the 11 will be formed for the next 6 to 7 years between those, unless somebody starts doing really badly. I'm talking about the young players, yeah, who are the from the catchment areas. What about them? Do you think they dream of playing tests for India now? और उनके दिमाग में ये है भाई आईपीएल टीम कोई उठा ले मुझे हैं और इंडियन तो मैं हूं ही ठीक ठाक पैसा तो मिल ही जाएगा चलो ठीक है चल जाएगा I mean that's my question यार that's what I'm looking to hear your opinions on yes okay Imam
Yeah, Keshav, go ahead. Keshav.
Okay, so I got Pankaj's question pretty well. I think Pankaj, the main reason behind that, is money. The kind of money people get in IPL, the kind of fame you get, by playing a couple of glory shots. So I don't really agree with people saying that nowadays players want to play Test cricket or dream of playing Test cricket because domestic numbers show it. Ranji Trophy numbers show it. Now there is a player called KL Rahul in Sunrisers Hyderabad. The kind of innings he played in the last game, I can very surely say that he is a kind of player who would suit to Test cricket. But people like Surya Kumar Yadav or Yusuf Pathan or these kind of players, so it shows in their game that what kind of cricket they have been playing throughout their life and what kind of cricket they are suited to. And now if another example would be Cheteshwar Pujara, he's a perfect example. He wants to play the longer format. He wants to be the next Rahul Dravid maybe, and that's why he's struggling a bit in this format. Once Chris Gayle said that Rahul Dravid can play his kind of cricket, but he will never be able to play Rahul Dravid's kind of cricket. So that maybe sums up the question here.
Pankaj, I think just to add to what Keshav was saying, or my thought process is, Pankaj, that in life there is a cliche which we hear: there's no shortcut to success. That is what we hear from most of the people. But I think for young budding cricketers, there is shortcut to success in the form of IPL. Now, if I am from a catchment area,
I disagree, Imam. I'll tell you why. Because you're saying the shortcut to success. Why? You're saying that assuming, making that assumption that the success is being selected for India and playing Test and ODI. What if IPL is the success destination? What if they are dreaming that when they start playing under 16 and under 19 or whatever they are dreaming of IPL and not the Indian Test side or the ODI side? If that is the case, then they have achieved the success that they want. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's a big money spinner. It's doing well for Indian cricket. If out of 100, if there are 90 people who think in the manner that okay, I want to play IPL, I'm not dreaming for the Test, which is sad for true fans like myself and you and the others here. But still, you'll have 10 who will still make it to the IPL, still dreaming of playing for India, and that is what I would ideally want. As a true fan, I would want कि 100 young बच्चे if they make it to the IPL out of all the teams, there'll be 10 who are not satisfied, who still have the hunger and the passion, and they are not satisfied till they get that Indian squad. They're working their asses off day and night, and even when they get selected for the Indian squad, they don't rest on their laurels. कि aha, Indian cap मिल गई. I'm a man in blue now. So I'm satisfied, but they want to perform. See, I think this is where Virat is a great example, Imam. He was a young man, under 19. He did even today with all the success, and obviously, he is a hot-blooded cricketer, as we all know. He's a hot-blooded young man. Delhi का लड़का है. वो natural वो aggressiveness रहता है, but obviously वो थोड़ा toned down हुआ है. A certain level of maturity has come to him, which is great to see. Even now he gets aggressive, which is fine. But then why I say he's a great example is because of his hunger. It's something that Sachin had, that no matter how many 20 years of cricket he played, he still had the hunger and passion for the game. He was not satisfied. He was not resting on his laurels. He was practicing 6 hours a day on an off day just to make himself a better batsman or better cricketer. And Virat is working like a horse every day because he is not satisfied. He has that hunger. I would want young cricketers to learn from that. ठीक है see you if you're a good cricketer आपको मिलेगा chance IPL में but I'm looking forward to those 10 cricketers every year Imam जिनमें से probably in the next 10-20 years we'll find our next Virat or Sachin or Viru or whatever yeah.
To add to that, I would like to add Ajinkya Rahane's name. The way this guy plays even in IPL and the chances he got in South Africa, he made the most of them. And, before making his debut, he already had played 50, 60 first class games and averages above 60. So these are the kind of players, people would want to see in the Indian Test side.
Absolutely, I think great points there. Thank you so much, Pankaj and Keshav, for those really, really good insights. I can't agree more. I think at the end of the day, you need to prove yourself as a cricketer, not just in IPL, a Test cricketer or ODI. If you are a good cricketer, you can play any format. So, ideally, all the young buddies who would be watching this telecast, just always remember, just concentrate on your game. You just love cricket. Don't love any particular form of the game. Just love cricket, and you'll be able to do well and sustain in any format. Let me, I'll just quickly before we move on to our last topic for today. I want to go back to Pankaj's thought that youngsters of today not looking to play for country and just for IPL or what do they think? We have our in-house guest today whom we can take very good answers from. Kedar, in today's date, what would you like to play? An IPL? I just read that you're playing under 14 cricket. So, would you like to play the IPL, or would you like to get into the international setup and play Test cricket or ODI cricket? Before you answer that, what exactly are you doing? Are you a batsman, bowler, or an all-rounder?
I'm a wicketkeeper, but
Wow, MS Dhoni in the making. Okay, yes, go ahead.
no, Parthiv Patel. I'm left-handed.
Okay, perfect. Parthiv Patel in the making. My mistake. Yes, go ahead. What do you want to play today, Kedar? You are impressed with IPL, or you want to make it to the international team?
Stepping into the international is quite a rigid thing, I should say. But you see, IPL gives chance to youngsters. You who don't see new players in international directly. You have to first get from Ranji Trophy or Irani Trophy first. You have to get something from Test. From that you can step in IPL. But IPL or international cricket, but IPL is giving chances to youngsters. So I'll prefer IPL the first, and if my performance goes well, I'll step into the internationals. But
I
truly
rest
saying
my case Imam.
Absolutely. I think Kedar, I love the fact that he spoke, as a kid does. He speaks from the heart. Absolutely the truth. So I just hope, all of us buddies here, the fact that we're discussing, guys, you might be thinking, why are we getting into the nuances of who wants to play for what? But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you need to be a good cricketer in order to play any format of the game. So that is what we want, and an appeal from all of us that you just don't look at the IPL or international stuff. You just look at how you play, concentrate on your basic game, and then you will be a cricketer, very good cricketer in any format. All right, now that we are touched base on that serious topic, you know what? For a moment, I thought that I'm watching the movie Door, in which very serious subject was talked about. So let's get back to some Chennai Express model now and have some fun before we end the show today. It's already 3:55, and it's I don't know where this hour goes when we start talking about cricket. Okay, last question of the day for all of you guys, and I want to pick answers from all of you. Now that we are done with 20 games, the first part of the IPL is done. What do you think? Who are the stronger teams, and who do you think will be the surprise package and make it to the top four by playing and making use of the Indian conditions? Let me start with Pankaj.
No, Imam, I raised my hand not because I wanted to answer this question first. I
Okay.
would ideally, go last on this. Why I raised my hand was because, as you rightly said, this 1 hour where it went. I mean, we never know. Obviously, when we start talking about cricket, 1 hour is never enough. And on that note, I would request you if we can extend this conversation a little more. If everybody has the time, I think it'll be great.
Well, Pankaj, when it comes to cricket, I think we have only time. We do not have anything else. If it comes to talk about cricket or watch cricket. So now that we have got a go ahead from Pankaj, now I'll not say the last topic. Let me get into my next topic. Keshav is already clapping. Beta Keshav, music पे भी ध्यान देना है. Cricket है, but music is the first thing जो रोटी देगा अब तेरे को. Okay, so let me come back to the question which I was asking you guys. The tournament has moved into India now. We will be playing in our home conditions. There will be few teams who will be getting the home advantage. And the first thing I want to talk about is Rajasthan Royal will not play a single game at their own backyard, which was which they never lost a match on the Savai Man Singh Stadium because of the elections which are going on. They didn't get a home match. So, what do you think? Will that be a blessing in disguise for Rajasthan to prove everybody that they are not just good at Rajasthan, or is it going to be a hurdle for them? Let me start with Mridul. Mridul, what do you say, buddy? The first things first, Rajasthan Royals not playing a single game at their home ground. Your thoughts?
I think it's bad for them because that was their home ground. They know the conditions and pitch. They never lost there. But yeah, Ahmedabad playing in Motera Stadium, it will be a hurdle for them because it will be new to both the teams of to Rajasthan and to the away team also. So it will be a hurdle. But I think in under Rahul Dravid and Shane Watson, they can over that hurdle. It will not be that big hurdle for them. They should win their home games at Ahmedabad. I think. I hope.
Okay, so you think it will be a hurdle? Let me throw the same question to Puneet. Puneet, what exactly?
Imam bhai, what I feel because
Just
as
hold on, Puneet. Just hold on for a second. I think there's somebody else who is talking about their future plans. Can you please mute yourself, guys? Because we are talking about the future of Indian cricket and the IPL. Thank you so much. All right, so yes, Puneet, go ahead. Puneet, unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think Puneet, Imam, the noise was coming from Puneet's side, so he has asked to talk later.
Oh, is it okay, Puneet? बोल सकता है यार, it's okay, अपना ही hangout है, अपने ही buddies है. Alright, let me go to there's somebody who joined us just now. Let me see who joined. Mukesh. Mukesh, can you hear us? Mukesh, can you hear us? No, Mukesh will not hear us. He just wants to see. All right, please continue to watch. All of us are handsome folks out here. Sunny, beta, let me come to you. Sunny.
Yeah.
हाँ या मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं सुना.
No.
नहीं, Rajasthan Royals will not be playing their home games at Rajasthan, na? So what do you think? Delhi will be playing the home matches in Delhi, so congratulations to begin with. But what about Rajasthan? Do you think it's an obstacle or an opportunity to prove their detractors wrong, that they can play in any conditions in them?
I think it's an opportunity for them to prove that they can play in any conditions, and as far as they are pretty well balanced side, and they will make it to the top 4. For me, the surprise package are Delhi Daredevils and Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think that these two teams will make it to the top 4, and for me, the top 4 teams I will pick as Kings 11 Punjab, Rajasthan Royals, Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Delhi Daredevils.
Thank you so much for bringing Hyderabad into the on this discussion. I know that nobody spoke about the Hyderabad team. They are a very good team, guys. I shall say that they are a very good team, and they will be a surprise package. I'll not complain if they are.
Maska mar raha hai, maska Sunny Polson.
So let me go to Kedar. Kedar, Mumbai Indians will be back in Mumbai, Kedar. They will be playing the matches in Mumbai. Last year they had a fantastic track record like the Rajasthan Royals had, where they won most of their home matches. If I remember correctly, Mumbai also won all their home games. What do you think will do that to this team? Will it be a change? Let me ask you, will it be a change of fortunes, or will it be a sad story which will continue in the days to come? What are your thoughts?
We always see India playing overseas, they don't play good. But when they come on the home grounds, They play really good. So I'll wish that Mumbai catches the gratitude with the IPL season 7 and returns in the game. Uh, So
I,
the four teams the taking to the playoffs.
uh-huh,
I'll say CSK,
uh-huh.
then Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed for Mumbai. Then
You
and
said
last
Mumbai.
is Rajasthan Royals. Yeah, fingers crossed
Kedar,
for Mumbai. I added fingers crossed for Mumbai.
finger crossed for Mumbai. Okay, guys, you watching 5 out of 5 losses for Mumbai, and Kedar still says, Mumbai Indians. That is what we do. We stick to our teams, and we
Hope is
love about
always
our
there. Hope
buddies.
is always there.
Okay,
Hope is
and
always there.
hope is the biggest hope. So in
Uh,
your case, Kedar, I really, really hope that Mumbai does well.
Hope might be the biggest hope, Imam, but Kedar is just a little tamancha.
That's true. That's true. But Kedar, credit to you, buddy. The fact that you're sticking to your team and hoping that they are doing well. To be very honest, I would like to see Mumbai do well because they have very good cricketers. Just that they are not putting it together. They're bowling really well, but batting is not supporting them. So let me come back to Puneet. Puneet, if you're ready, just want to know from you the fact that Rajasthan will not be playing the matches in Savai Mansin Stadium, and also the fact that every team is back to their home conditions now. So who do you think will really make a difference and use this advantage and go ahead in this tournament?
Imam bhai, first on RR question, I would like to say that, as we know, it is again a neutral place, for them, as they have done in the UAE. It is same kind of feeling. Although it is not the same kind of pitch, but it's same kind of feeling. They played on a neutral zone there. Now they are again playing on a neutral zone there. I don't think it will make much difference to them. But yeah, it will be a little disadvantage as they have done good in Savai Mansi Stadium, and it is automatically a boost up when you play in your own den. But hope they will do the best. And my top four is CSK, Punjab, Sunrisers Hyderabad, and fourth I have anybody can be there. Let's. I think RCB has a better chance on the fourth number. That's my top four.
Perfect. Thank you, Puneet. Thank you so much for those candid thoughts and also for picking that four and also for picking Hyderabad in that four. Again, guys, I'm not supporting any team out here. I'm unbiased. I'm the host, so I'm not saying that I like any particular team. All the teams should prosper is what I
Imam
say
bhai,
when yeah,
Imam bhai,
Puneet.
I would like to add something. I'm saying because SRH has something that can perform like a blast. Like they have Dhawan, they have Finch, they have Warner, and I think they have slight better chance than other teams. They can perform well in their own time. So that's why I have belief for SRH that they can be in top four.
Absolutely. I think, and also, we are forgetting one more fact, guys. They are, they have also made it a point to come on our hangouts. And again, we are also offering them so many things. And we are just telling them, the fans are asking them valid questions. And also the fact that we are telling them this is that some things they can do. So we are ensuring that we work along with SRH and Kings 11 Punjab and make them the finalists of this year's IPL. Imagine that scenario, and we here at Circle of Cricket wish both these teams all the very best. And moving ahead, let me go to Keshav. Keshav, Chennai will not be playing all the matches at Chennai, as you might be aware of. Effective today, starting today, they will be playing some of the matches in Jharkhand, which is Ranchi, Dhoni's hometown. So, what do you think? Will that make a lot of difference? And also, what are your thoughts about Rajasthan Royals not playing their home matches in Savai Mansingh Stadium?
See, first talking about Rajasthan Royals, I think they have a really good balanced team. So I don't see any panic around their team that they are not playing in their home Jaipur, and I don't see there would be a lot of difference in their performance because the team is such balanced, and Shane Watson himself said this is the best Rajasthan Royals team he's playing in. So I think that wouldn't matter a lot. Coming back to the CSK question, there are 2-3 matches I think in Chennai, and now again there are clouds over them after yesterday's blast. So and they are playing in Ranchi, that is Dhoni's hometown. So more or less that is another home for them. So and the kind of team CSK is, I don't think any location matters for them. Wherever they play. Even you and me were talking yesterday, so you agreed with me So I don't really think that playing in Chennai, Ranchi or whatever, Nepal, they would win on their day. And my top four would be CSK, Kings 11 Punjab, Rajasthan Royals, and Delhi Daredevils.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Keshav. And there you go, the Vizal Podu fan speaking from his heart and saying that, you know what, bring in any conditions here. We come and we win, and it's like walk in the park for us. Right? I think Chennai has been one of the most consistent teams in this IPL in the history of IPL. They have won a lot, and I have the utmost respect for them and the fact that
And
NSB.
and let me tell you, I'm not supporting Chennai only because now I live in Chennai. From the IPL one, when I was in Delhi for 6 years, I have supported them, and now I am in Chennai. वो सोने पे सुहागा हो गया.
Wow. Fantastic. So it's like the person who used to have lassi is now having sambar, and he's enjoying that sambar and not complaining about it, and also supporting Chennai Super Kings. So all the best, Keshav. We hope that Chennai does well. Right. Let me now go to Pankaj. Pankaj, your thoughts about Rajasthan Royal not playing the games in Savai Mansingh Stadium, and also who do you think will be the top four teams, and which team has impressed you the most? Let me add this question to you. So far in the IPL, the first half, 20 matches, every team has played five. Which is the team which has really, really surprised you with their performance?
Okay. To begin with, Imam, talking about Rajasthan Royals, not playing in the Savai Mansingh Stadium is a disadvantage, not just only in terms of the pitch and everything. It's based on history. It's based on the fact the kind of support that they get from their home crowd. That's number one, which is important. That's the whole point of having home games. Playing in your home stadium, the kind of support that they get, and the pitches and the success, the way they've defended it like a castle and everything. The in the IPL history. It's a disadvantage, but that is what makes it an opportunity for RR. And I think that was covered very well by Mridul, Keshav, Kedar, and everybody else. Very well that it is an opportunity. Obviously, if they are able to perform very well, then everybody will look back and say, "Oh, see, there was a great opportunity. They did it well." You know. Having said that, I think I'll answer also the other question that you asked me, which team has impressed me the most. I think Rajasthan is one of those. I mean, it's very easy to go with Kings 11 Punjab because they've had the kind of success that they have. 5 wins in a row, and they've been winning each and every game with very comprehensively, sometimes finishing clinically. So it's very easy to go with them. But then that was started by somebody who had luck on his side. I'm not saying that it was all luck. Obviously, Glenn, you spoke to Glenn also, and in one of the interviews, when I think Alan Wilkins was talking, he said, my luck had to run out at some point, right? But what happened with Kings 11 Punjab is he gave them momentum, that inertia, and what they did well as a team, they carried it forward, and they made sure that they will win all, as many games as possible. They ended up with 5, so it's easy to go with them. But when it comes to balance of the side, when it comes to team looking like a team, which doesn't look dependent on one particular person or a player or two, that's Rajasthan. That somehow it just feels very balanced. They don't have big names to boast of. I think they've made sure to create that sort of lineup so that they don't have somebody like that, so they can always depend on someone. But their team, the young ones, Jinx, the way he's performing is great. So I think Rajasthan has actually, to be honest, Rajasthan has not surprised me, but I'm very happy with Rajasthan. The team looks good. On the other question on who I feel the 4 teams would be, I think this question was raised in one of the earlier hangouts as well. Not much has changed since then, Imam. But I would only say that, see, Punjab and CSK for sure. Punjab, the way they are playing, number one. Secondly, 5 wins, obviously that's a huge advantage over any other team. And the fact that I'm always supporting Punjab because I love Viru, that, and he's playing well. He's not going blazing, but he's doing his job very well. 30-35 is something that I would believe, if I'm on the support staff of Kings 11 Punjab, that is what I would be expecting from Viru every game. Not like a one quick fire 30 in one innings and then he just sits at 9 and 7 and something. But he's doing his bit, and I think in the previous match also, where he got out wrong. By the way, he was not out. Parthiv Patel shouted that little prick. Pardon my French here, but he wasn't out. He was playing well. But yeah, so Punjab for sure. I agree with Keshav completely on CSK front. We've spoken a lot about it. That CSK is a phenomenal side with the kind of guy that who leads them to the kind of team they've compiled. Whether it's auctions, whether it's selecting the 11 for the day, they do it very smartly. I would never count them out in any IPL as long as Dhoni is leading. So they're always in the hunt, no matter what. So I would say that I see Punjab and CSK for sure, for sure. Out of the two slots, I was earlier going with RCB, looking at the firepower. I still believe they can. There's still time. There's still probably what 9 matches left, if I'm not mistaken. Okay,
That's
they
right.
probably need to win 6 or 7 out of those. It's a tough task for sure. Yes, but it can be done with the kind of lineup that their bowling is firing. Their bowling is decent. Is their batting which is a worry, right now. And with the kind of batting lineup they have, if they start perform, see, it takes one. It takes 1 or 2 games, Imam. You know that it's all about momentum. If Chris Gale fires in one, and I'm not expecting much from UV though, but Virat has been slightly off color here for RCB. I think that's a huge disadvantage to them right now. But if they start coming good, I don't see why they should not be in that top four. So they are there. So the fourth spot, I would ideally think Rajasthan should make it, but that's why I'm keeping RCB aside, CSK Punjab for sure. But for these two spots, RCB, RR, SRH, and Delhi. I have a feeling that out of these four, anything can happen. They're going to be close games for these four teams. Or why I included RCB here, because they've lost so many, which they shouldn't have ideally, but they have. So it makes it for very interesting viewing, Imam, going forward. So out of these four teams, any two can make it to the rest of the two slots. Punjab and CSK for sure.
Perfect. Thank you, Pankaj. And isn't it so strange, Pankaj? We just mentioned that Bangalore has bowling is doing well, but the batting is a worry. Since the beginning of the tournament or before the tournament started, we all knew that the bowling will be a pain. The bowling will be something which will be the weakness, and that is turning out to be a strength. So that just shows how IPL or T20 cricket is. You can't just predict anything. It changes within 1 hour. So yes, I think I quite agree with what Pankaj
I,
says.
I,
Yes,
I think Imam, you would also see that same thing happening with the Punjab squad. They got Maxwell. They had all the names Viru and this and that, but their bowling, apart from Mitchell Johnson, was a question mark, big question mark. I think even before the IPL started, all of us during our hangouts used to question here. Their bowling doesn't look good beyond Mitchell Johnson. What will happen? They don't have any spinner, regular spinner apart from Murli Karthik. They just bought one. There was a huge debate around this. But look at what they've done. They've not let their bowling, or at least the lack of big names in their bowling unit, become a weakness. In fact, they've turned it around to become a strength equal to their batting prowess here right now. This Sandeep Sharma, Akshar Patel, brilliant. Whatever they're doing right now is brilliant. And then, well, Lakshmipati Balaji, we guys were just talking about. I mean, what a revelation he's been this time around. I mean, he knows he doesn't have the pace anymore. He's not even trying, which is, I mean, kudos to him for that, because it takes a lot out of a so-called fast bowler to realize he's not a fast bowler anymore, and start playing to his strength, which he is doing right now. So I think it's a great tribute to this side as well. Same thing to Bangalore bowling lineup. I mean, Varun Aaron doing what he's doing along with Stark is exceptional, and same thing to Punjab, Imam.
yeah. I think this IPL. If you remember, Pankaj, one of the editions or last week we were talking about the Chrisling catch, and we said that how easy it could have been, but he made it look so difficult. And that's exactly the story of the IPL so far. The teams have just been there. They have been making awkward for themselves. If you just remove Punjab and Chennai, they are playing in their own league, and the remaining 6 teams are fighting it out to show which is the weakest team. So I think
And the difference, Imam, between Chennai and Punjab is the one game they played against each other.
each other, absolutely. So I think I'm delighted that that was the first match, because that has opened up the tournament beautifully, Pankaj. Because it's given Punjab has gone has gone on a winning spree since then. They have been in fantastic form. So I think it'll be very good to see when they meet again very soon. That game will be really a mouth-watering scenario, because Chennai would like to take the revenge, whereas Punjab would like to maintain the dominance. So I think that is one game I'm looking forward to. All right, guys, we are almost done. I think thanks to Pankaj and Circle of Cricket that we extended this hangout because we had such a fantastic conversation and a quality conversation. So before we wrap it up, one quick question to all of you. Guys, today's game, pick up a quick winner for us. KKR playing Chennai Super Kings in Ranchi. Let me start with Puneet. Puneet, your winner for today.
CSK, for sure.
All right. CSK for sure. Punjabi turning into a Chennai guy. Keshav will be happy with it. Sunny.
CSK.
CSK. All right. Mridul.
I would go with KKR. I would go with KKR.
You will go with KKR. Please don't go anywhere with anybody. If you're saying KKR wins, okay, fine. I got you there. Keshav. Okay, let's not ask Keshav.
Imam, are you kidding?
Let us ask Keshav.
I am wearing a damn yellow color here today.
No, let me hear it from the horse's mouth.
I don't really wanna sound bossy or something. Otherwise, some people are there in our group only who would call me worshipping Dhoni and also.
Okay, we got your answer, guys. Keshav says KKR wins it today. Okay, Kedar, your answer.
CSK.
CSK. All right, Pankaj.
It's to look it from cricket point of view, it's a very simple. As Keshav, I can see the smile on his face, and it makes absolute sense. Keshav, I agree with you. The mind says very easily CSK, Imam. But for the sake of the tournament, I would want KKR to win. I'm sorry, Keshav. I know. You'll be angry with me, but as I said, I want to make this IPL. I would love to see it become a little more interesting. Just because I'm a Punjab fan, I'm not saying that they should win all 9 games in a row. It would be great if they lose 1 or 2 also. It just makes it a little more interesting. But Keshav, I'm with you. I know CSK will win. I know, but I would, Imam, on my thought, I would want KKR to win for the reason that I just mentioned.
पंकज, आज मैंने तुम्हारी साइड ली यार. मैंने सहवाग के बारे में अच्छा बोला यार.
नहीं, अच्छे के बारे में तो अच्छा ही बोलना चाहिए ना.
सीएसके को फिर आईपीएल में ना कि उसको डायरेक्ट एंट्री मिलनी चाहिए सेमीफाइनल.
Before Keshav starts crying and the fact that Pankaj did not support him, I will quickly wrap up this edition. I'll just say, Pankaj, that Gambhir was blessed with a baby girl just yesterday, and I think that will surely bring him some luck. And today's game will be Kolkata. This is what my heart says.
Imam, अब तुम भी यार.
I just want it to be a fair tournament, and if this today KKR wins, it will open up the tournament beautifully. Keshav, you should watch the points table after that if that happens. But all the best to Chennai and KKR. All right, guys. I think on that note, it's time to wrap up this edition of the Friday Hangout. I will not call it a lengthy hangout. I will call it a quality hangout. We had a lot of good, fun stuff talking about the game. But before we end, just want to tell you guys that you might have seen big cricketers coming to our circle of cricket, and you got the chance to interact with them. The game picture abhi baki hai mere dost. There is still more hangouts to come. Stay tuned. You will get more update in terms of who's going to be our guest next, and you can join in that edition of Hangout and ask your question to your favorite cricketer, and that was the whole purpose. So on that positive note, namaskar, bye bye, thank you. And have a great week, guys. And I really hope that the best team wins in the next week's, group stages. And next Friday we are again going to have good and the conversation about who won and who lost. Thank you. Namaskar. Election khatam hai, fir bhi vote aap hame circle of cricket ko hi de. Thank you so much. Have fun, guys.
Bye.